Hello students, welcome back to the EGDL video lecture series. Now we are left with only the last problem in isometric projection. The problem number is 5.14. So I am going to solve that today, and I'll be uploading the video once it is recorded. You can look out for the problem here. I will read out the problem for you. It's like this. Draw the isometric projection of the combination of solids formed by a frustum of a cone and a coaxial frustum of a pentagonal pyramid. So both are frustums here. You know what is a frustum of a cone or a frustum of a pyramid? You take a cone, then you cut it at a certain place using a horizontal cutting plane, remove the top portion. The remaining bottom portion of the cone is what is called frustum of cone. Similarly, let us say this is a pyramid. This is a pyramid. Imagine that you are cutting the pyramid by means of a horizontal cutting plane and removing the top portion. The remaining portion of the pyramid is what is called frustum of pyramid. So when I cut it here by a horizontal cutting plane and remove the top portion, then when you look from the top, this is a triangular pyramid. So you will have a triangle at the top face and also a triangle at the bottom face. Okay. Similarly, for a cone, when you consider the frustum of a cone, the top portion or the top face of will be a circle. The bottom base also will be a circle. Okay. So that is what is called frustum. Okay. Now in this problem we have a combination of frustum of a cone as well as frustum of a pentagonal pyramid. First we need to draw the isometric projection of frustum of the cone. On that you have to place frustum of a pentagonal pyramid. This is what the problem is all about. Of course you are given the dimensions. Now cone, I can straight away start the isometric projection because the base and the top face are circles each, but when it is a pentagon I need to keep it in a box. Okay, so, and you need two pentagons here, one for the top face and the other for the base. So before I start my isometric projection, I will draw both the pentagons, enclose them in two separate boxes, and take out the dimensions required. Okay. Now let us see what are the dimensions. For if you take the frustum, the base diameter is 80 and the top face diameter is 60. Of course the height is also given 25. This is about the frustum. Okay. Let us see about the pyramid now. The upper frustum of the pyramid has 30 mm side of base, okay, and 20 mm side of top face. Okay. The base has 30 mm side of base and the top face has 20 mm side of base. So I am going to construct two pentagons now, one with 30 mm side and the other with 20 mm side. I will keep both of them in two separate boxes. Okay. Of course the height of the pyramid is also given 40 mm. So I will draw a pentagon of 30 mm sides first. This pentagon you can draw in any position that you require. So I am taking one of the edges perpendicular. Let us say this is 30 mm. Now let me complete the pentagon. This is a pentagon having 30 mm edge. Now I have to enclose this in a box. Let us use thin lines for the box. Okay. Now what are the dimensions you require? Okay, if you want to make the isometric projection, let me dimension them. You need the dimensions of the box, this one. I'll call it as some A1. You need this dimension. Let us call this as B1. You need this small dimension. Let us call this as C1. You need this dimension as well. This is D1. This dimension is not required because you can identify this as the midpoint of this edge. Okay, so far I have marked 4 dimensions: A1, B1, C1 and D1. With that you will be able to draw the isometric projection of the pentagon. But you require the center as well. So let me find out the center by drawing perpendicular bisectors. Once you identify the center, you get one more dimension, this dimension. So I will call it as some E1. So you need to find isometric length of all these lengths used from the isometric scale. So A1, B1, C1, D1, E1. Totally 5 dimensions I have marked. So this is for the base of the pentagonal pyramid. Similarly, you require one more pentagon having 20 mm edge. That will be the top face of the frustum. So I will draw it separately here. This time the dimension is 20. This is a smaller pentagon. Okay. Now you have to enclose this also in a box. Okay. Now this dimension is only 20. And now let me mark the required dimensions for the isometric projection. I'll call this as dimension A, similar to what I have done here. This I'll call as B. Then this dimension as C. This as D. So 4 dimensions I got. The 5th one is by marking the center. I'll get the center now. Let us say this dimension is E. So this exercise needs to be done before you start your isometric projection. Okay. So if you want the pentagons, you can draw them concentric and take the dimensions. It's better, I think, you take the dimension, draw them separately, because there are too many dimensions involved. So when you make the sketching, you have to construct an isometric scale. Maybe you can construct 2 separate scales and then find out the isometric length of each one of them. Now let me move to the isometric projection of the frustum of the cone. Now the base has 80 mm diameter, whereas the top face has 60 mm diameter. So I am starting the isometric projection of the cone. Its base first. Base diameter is 80, so we assume that the base of the cone is on HP and start with isometric projection in a horizontal plane. So you will take ISO 80 on this and also ISO 80 on this. This line I am drawing for my reference because I am doing it freehand. Complete the box. As you know, the base of the cone will be a circle and its isometric projection will be an ellipse. And you know how to draw the ellipse using 4 center method. Let me complete the ellipse by marking the midpoints. You call this 4 center method. You use 4 arcs to complete the ellipse. So let us say this is the first arc, this is the second arc, third center, third arc, fourth center, fourth arc. Done. Now this is the base. This is the base of the cone. Frustum of the cone. Now the height. The height is given as 25. So from the center you are going to mark ISO 25. Let us say it is here. This distance is ISO 25. This I am marking only for your reference. You don't have to show this. Okay. So there you will draw isometric lines. Now this set is already there. I will just extend it this side. I will extend it this side as well. Now the top face diameter is 60. Okay. So you will be marking ISO 30 from the center. ISO 30. Now with the help of these points I will be drawing isometric lines now. This is the box for the upper face or the top face of the cone. Now let me erase some of the lines that are not required to clear this. So the box is now clear. Now in this box you need to construct another ellipse. Once again we will draw 4 arcs using 4 centers, 2 arcs, this is the third center, third arc, fourth center, fourth arc. Now you are ready with both the ellipses. You can complete the frustum by drawing common tangents to both of these. You have to draw common tangents. Okay. Now let us erase the lines that are not required. So this is the frustum. I will retain only the center lines and erase the remaining lines because another frustum you have to place over this. You have to place frustum of the pentagonal pyramid over this. Okay. So till here I have completed only one solid, frustum of the cone. Whenever it is a frustum, it takes time for you, okay, because you have to construct 2 bases, a base and a top face, and then you have to complete it. So what I will do is to draw the frustum of the pentagonal pyramid. I will take a short break and come back. Please wait till then.